I think the proper verbiage should have been Mar-a-Lago boy. Just two bros having the best of times, as of course the New York Times today launched a very interesting piece against the President of the United States, who seems like he's pulling out all the stops to prevent people from talking about the story of the decade. And that, of course, is the Epstein saga that will not be going away. But it looks like some major institutions have gotten the marching orders and are following in lockstep and barrel, as, of course, we keep being thrown little appetizers here and there about things that, or anything but the Epstein files, as I'm pretty sure there's an ongoing, full-on psychological warfare right now meant to, of course, obfuscate the larger questions that a lot of people have here. And, of course, it's not convenient to ask us questions, but if you appreciate us being willing to risk it all in order to ask these questions, subscribe. Click the notification button, as, of course, there's a lot of disingenuous people on social media that literally are just trying to tell you everything that you want to hear and what they think you want to hear. As, of course, there's a lot of gaslighting, a lot of nonsense, a lot of bullcrap, a lot of victory celebrations. Yeah, we did it. We're taking the victory lap here, and in reality, there's really nothing to celebrate here, as I think the Trump administration is pulling out all the stops here, trying to get you to forget about what in the world is going on here. As, of course, this meme now is being shared around very wildly. Showing, look, we're going to call them the Washington Redskins now. Aren't you happy? Is that enough here? Look. There's as vast majority of people are responding, can we call them the Washington Epstein files? As, of course, the arrests are not coming, and so isn't any responsibility. But guess what? Breaking news. In the making of this video, someone was arrested. And it was a person from Florida that threatened to hurt the people on the Epstein client list. Yes, you heard that correctly. As we have a new criminal complaint, as a Florida man, not surprisingly, a Florida man has been arrested and is being charged and prosecuted by the state for threatening to hurt everyone, quote, on the Epstein client list. As the FBI and DOJ said earlier this month that, quote, no such list exists. As a Florida man, oh boy, here. Again, whatever. You're not supposed to make threats against people, but the fact that this is the first arrest here doesn't bode well with a lot of people in the MAGA base who wanted some accountability, who wanted some justice here. Now, the president here is doing pretty much anything and everything to make sure that that doesn't happen. He said no to the special prosecutor. He is now lashing out against the Wall Street Journal that he is also now suing, as the White House just booted the Wall Street Journal from the press pool from Trump's trip to Scotland. And again, I thought the Wall Street Journal story was overhyped. It really wasn't anything to me. But I think the media, but it was indicative that Trump actually called them before and told them not to release this. He probably did this in order to create more of a legal better situation for him. But the people on Newsmax are reporting that major institutions are being told to shut up, and many of them are. And this is what Newsmax had to say.
There is obviously some who will not be covering big developments like Comey's daughter and her comments today. I mean, Trump told MAGA to be quiet about Jeffrey Epstein. Fox News obeyed. Fox News falling in line with Trump's Epstein plea, but will the rest of MAGA media comply? Well, I'll play a little bit. This is Rob Schmidt addressing all of this on his show here on Newsmax last night.
Again, this is what MAGA voters voted for. A government for the people, where the rich and the powerful get the same justice as the rest of us.
That's what we wanted. That's not what we got here. Pretty interesting, since a lot of people are accusing Donald Trump of just watching Fox News. But if he's calling up Rupert Murdoch, right, and he's threatening, hey, don't push the story. They did publish the story. But I think there's another interesting kind of connection here with Mark Levin that I'm going to say in a little bit.
You may have noticed the Epstein story was almost nowhere to be found, though, on Fox News these last couple of days. After months of very consistent coverage, it's pretty obvious that a lot of people don't really know what to do with this. There's a lot of people that are very scared because it's clear that the White House didn't want this to be a subject, but Trump's base, his supporters and base, care about it.
Yeah, as we're also hearing reports of people being fired who bring this situation up to the President of the United States. As of course, now the President of the United States is telling everyone to buy Mark Levin's new book, right after Mark Levin went on Fox News and said, stop wasting your time on the Epstein stuff. Yeah, stop wasting your time. And the thousands of children that were hurt here by very powerful people that are still continuing to do it. Stop wasting your time. We got more important things to do, like change the name of a football team. Yeah, that's way more important, way more of a priority here. We have way more Democrats to implicate in crimes that we're never going to hold them accountable for. Duh. Of course, we can't hold Barack Obama accountable. Can't arrest them. Go watch Mark Levin. And of course, when Donald Trump told everyone to watch Mark Levin was like, stop wasting your time on the Epstein files. And when he did that, Trump's like, hey, buy his book. And then this reporting from Newsmax makes sense here. Because it's not just major news networks that are being told to shut up here. It's a lot of major prominent online media personalities as well. Now, there has been, things that have come down to us telling us, hey, stop it. You know what we said? Bugger off. And you know why I could say that? Because I have wearechange.shop and I have you guys buying and supporting my store all on wearechange.shop here. We got a great shop. We got an incredible shop. We got a lot of really awesome, great supplements available to you. And one of the ones that I am most proud of is, of course, creatine. Creatine is absolutely incredible, amazing, especially when it comes to not just building muscle, but cognitive and memory functions. The studies that are being done, especially with older women, are fascinating, especially when it comes to overall health of the ovaries, the woman's lady parts, and brains. As there's some very interesting studies here highlighting how it does have a cognitive boost. And I have been taking this stuff. It's here on my desk. Look, you know why it's empty? Because I've been taking it. And I got more here. I got more behind me. I got more on my desk here. Every time I grab some water, put some in there. Talk to any kind of medical professional before putting anything into your body. But creatine has shown to have an incredible amount of positive results, especially on cognitive function, that has greatly personally improved with me. I used to do just like one video a day. Now I do like 4, 5, 6 videos a day. And I'm able to go. I'm able to be fresh. And I'm able to be, of course, ranting and raving off the top of my head. I'm able to do a lot of research. I'm able to get a lot of things done. And in part, I believe that is predominantly because of creatine. So if you're looking to, and again, other people, like they peddle gambling, okay? And they peddle booze, okay? I can't do that, all right? I want to promote something that actually helps people. I want to have a net positive. I want to make sure, and if you like that, and if you like me not shutting up when I was told to shut up, buy some creatine, help yourself out. Also, perfect gift. You got a 2-month supply, $53. And we have a whole bunch of them in stock now, as of course we previously sold out and we didn't have any. So definitely get yourself some creatine. I cannot recommend it enough here. Now, Wall Street Journal gets the boot here. Fox News told to shut up when they do. They get promoted by Fox News. And of course, now we have the New York Times that just released a story, quote, an accuser story suggests how Trump might appear in the Epstein list here, as we have this from The Independent that also wrote about this report from the New York Times that reads, Epstein accuser claims she met Trump in disgraced financier's office in troubling encounter. Now, did Trump do anything to this person? No. She said there was just a weird situation. That's it. Does that grant a news story? No. But Donald Trump is giving the left and the corporate media a whole bunch of layups here by not being open, transparent, and accountable to his campaign promise and what he promised his constituents, specifically saying, hey, these predators, these powerful people are going to be held accountable under my administration. And now he's saying, what clients? What blackmail list? What documents that we just had on our desk? You're crazy. You're a Democrat. You're a hoaxer. You're a weakling. How dare you want to see the files that I promised to have you released? You're a never Trumper. as we have Maria Farmer coming out saying that she actually urged the FBI to look into these people in the disgraced financial social circle. Now, let's read off what happened here. As Farmer and her younger sister, Annie, who testified at Ghislaine Maxwell's 2021 trafficking trial, trafficking to absolutely no one, have spoken publicly about their ordeal with Epstein before. But her account now sheds light on how the Epstein files could contain material that is embarrassing or politically problematic to President Trump, the Times reports. Now, is it problematic? Again, Wall Street Journal is not doing anyone any favors. I would say the Times isn't doing anyone any of these favors. It goes on. Farmer's account is among the clearest indications yet of how Trump may appear in the Epstein files. And if that's really how he appears, why is he hiding it then? This makes no sense at all, right? Because I'll tell you what she says. The Times notes that through the White House disputed the allegation the president was never in Epstein's office, said White House Communications Director Stephen Chung. The fact is that the president kicked him out of the club for being a creep. And then it goes on. The president last week agreed to release secret grand jury testimony. No, he didn't promise to release it. Sorry, he agreed to release it. No, he didn't. He says he's going to ask a judge to. A liberal judge that was a part of the Coverup effort for the first time. Seems trustworthy there. As experts say, it is unlikely to produce much, if anything, to satisfy the public's appetite for new information about Epstein's crimes. Yeah, if it's not going to have any consequences, if we're not going to get names, if we're not going to get individuals that clearly are implicated here, that should be held responsible for the indiscretions, for their actions that are illegal and wrong, then yeah, people are not going to be satisfied here. According to Farmer's account to the Times, Trump was there and started to, quote, hover over her, as she details when she was in Epstein's office in Manhattan. Farmer said that she recalled feeling scared as Mr. Trump stared at her bare legs. The newspaper reported, then Epstein entered the room, and she recalled him saying to Mr. Trump, no, she's not here for you. Epstein and Trump then left the room, according to Farmer, and she claimed she heard Trump comment that she thought she was 16 years old. The White House disputes Farmer's account. Okay. What was actually going on here? Do we have anything else going on here? As other people are saying, well, she was 25. Well, she did have a younger sister there too. I think that's an important aspect of all of this. That was underage. Whatever you believe, but still, okay, you got a lot of kind of assertions here. As Alan Dershowitz even came out and says, yeah, these release of these records, it's pretty complex here. And be prepared to be let down. As, of course, Donald Trump also pretty much is telling everyone that they're going to be let down here. As DC Drano is like, oh, yeah, look, he's doing it. As Donald Trump literally promised not to do a special prosecutor here. Again, whether he's guilty or not, a lot of people are saying he sure is acting guilty. Because what is he covering this up? That's a question that everyone is left here asking. Here's what Alan Dershowitz had to say.
Should be revealed as well. And as long as there's nothing redacted about the accuser's lack of credibility, then the public has the right to make its own decision. Just because somebody's name is mentioned doesn't really mean very much.
Now, is that true here? Well, I say that, again, everyone's innocent when they're first accused here. We need actual evidence here. And there's a lot that there could be released. But, again, we're not getting anything here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's always a good caution. You mentioned Ghislaine Maxwell. She's still got an appeal I'm tracking at the Supreme Court. But in the meantime, you suggest she should be potentially offered congressional immunity to go and testify. Do you think that would happen? And what kind of information would she have that we haven't seen?
She knows everything. She is the Rosetta Stone. She knows everything. She arranged every single trip with everybody. She knows everything. And if she were just given use immunity, she could be compelled to testify. I'm told that she actually would be willing to testify, and there'd be no reason for her to withhold any.
Yeah, let her testify. Bring her up. As of course, a lot of people just want the story to go away, and I'm sorry, it is not. Now, I don't know how many times people could celebrate. Yeah, we did it. It's victory. What are you celebrating, dude? Yeah, and again, the Democrats destroyed the files. You have any proof of that? If they did, you're going to charge them, right? You're going to hold them accountable for destroying evidence, especially when it comes to child predators out there. As right now, even Dershowitz is saying, yeah, this grand jury testimony, it's not going to really yield any answers, and we're not going to get much here. As now we're also finding out, according to the Rolling Stones, Jeffrey Epstein hired private investigators to follow, intimidate, and surveil FBI agents who were investigating him 2 decades ago. Law enforcement tell this to Rolling Stone. Okay, so who has the ability to be more powerful than the FBI and to punk around the FBI? Other government agencies. What other government agencies? Maybe foreign government agencies? As a lot of this cover-up by Donald Trump saying, shut up, don't talk about this, and promoting people who do shut up about it, I think is very indicative of a cover-up effort that is clear as day here. As now we're finding out that there's even an obfuscation effort with the videos that we got, as the digital forensics experts also detailed how, the video footage of one of the access ways to Jeffrey Epstein's cell. Oh, yeah, there's many issues with the videos, minutes missing, jumps, edits, and a lot of the stuff that, of course, just doesn't piece together well. The official version of events here is already built on a bed of lies. Donald Trump, there will not be a special prosecutor. You will not ask these questions, as more and more people keep bringing up weird interviews between him and Howard Stern and weird type of scenarios and situations where the vast majority of the American public still have a lot of very serious questions here. Now, people want arrests. We're not going to get them. There's going to be still an effort. And in some ways, time heals all wounds, right? So there's still going to be a vast majority of people that are told to shut up, and they're going to shut up. We're not. But as time goes on, we're going to be talking about other stuff as well. This is still going to be, I think, a very sore issue for the Republicans, especially during the midterms. Like, people think this problem could go away, but it's not. And the judge here probably is going to say no. Oh, you want me to unseal this? No. Yeah. That judge was a part of the decision that, of course, covered all of this up in the first place. And we never got any legitimate justice there. We never got any legitimate answers there. This administration that was telling everyone, we got to take care of the victims. You got to make sure. You got to give us time before we give you the documents. We got to redact all the victims' names on it. Kash Patel, Pam Bondi. No, we care about the victims. We're not going to release the victims' names. We're like, okay, fine. You get a few more weeks. And then it was months. And then we were told, what documents? Which is absolutely ridiculous here. Now, pretty clear. We got the MLK files. I'm going to do a video about that next. We're going to see what we got there. They released a lot. I don't have all the time now to go through it. Maybe I could try to figure out how to do this with my work chat, with my group chat for my members, that we could go through all of this. But it definitely does seem, whether it's the Redskins or the information that we got about Barack Obama, or these MLK files, that they're just trying to stick anything that they can at the wall while applying maximum pressure on personalities and on, listen, I'm probably never going to be invited to the White House now. And you know what? Tough luck. And if that's the cost for being honest, if that's the cost for caring about the children that were hurt here, okay, I'll pay that price any day. There's other people that are like, I want to be at the White House. Please, I'll stop asking questions. Please, I'll be your little ninny. Please, use me like a little sock puppet. Yeah, I'll be your little bee. Get the hell out of here. Pathetic. Disgusting. As, listen, a lot of things that want to distract you, but I do not see this story going away anytime soon here. Now, again, people need to be smart here. Don't make threats to hurt people. That's not going to help anybody. That's not going to solve that. Actually, individuals of this crazy Florida man lunatic actually helps propel the government's argument for saying, no, we can't release it. The people are going to get hurt here. Again, lots of crazy people out there, lots of lunatics. Don't be that type of person. Don't propel violence. Violence is never the answer here. It's pretty clear here. Donald Trump is taking this personally, and if you don't shut up about it, he takes it personally. Now, why is he taking it personally? That's, I think, the question that I think a lot of people have for themselves is like, listen, a lot of the MAGA people are like, hey, Trump, Trump probably didn't participate in any of that stuff, right? But then why is he falling on the sword for this? Why is he falling on the sword for the top banksters, for the top Democratic billionaire backers? Why is he falling on the sword for the likes of Reid Hoffman and Bill Gates? Why is he protecting them at the cost of his goodwill, at the cost of his reputation, at the cost of his political career? As of course, this is going to be something, even though some people will move on, even though some people won't talk about the Epstein story like we are today. They're always going to bring it up, though. And then Trump's not going to have a rebuttal. And Trump's just going to keep getting angrier and angrier at the people bringing this up. This is going to be with him forever unless he actually has a U-turn. Will he have a U-turn? No. The people telling you, celebrate, we did this. We're going to get, woo, yeah, we did it. He's going to release the grand jury. The people doing that, they're full of ish, okay? Because we still have an extremely long ways to go. There's a lot of things that the government could make public. But it's pretty clear here. This government doesn't want anything coming out. And at a certain point, you got to ask yourself why. Let me know why you think that is down in the comment section below. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys going out there, taking care of yourself, buying yourself some creatine. So get yourself some creatine. We Are Change.shop. And stay tuned for more. All here exclusively on youtube.com/WeAreChange.